Hello and welcome to Fraggle Talk Classic, the unofficial Fraggle Rock podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. My name is Beth, and I am rewatching for the millionth time.
My name is Julia, and I'm rewatching for the first time in 10 years.
My Adam name is... Wait, no, hold on. Name is my Adam... No, jeez. Well, my name is Adam, and I'm botching this for the first time ever. Oh, man.
And today we are talking about episode 17 of season 3, Playing Till It Hurts, which originally aired on April 22nd, 1985, written by Jerry Jewell and directed by Terry Maskell.
I really liked this one.
Yeah, me too.
This also isn't a message that you see a lot, especially from kids' shows at that time.
Yeah.
I really appreciate shows that are willing to take the actual healthy message that goes, counter to cultural messaging.
Mm-hmm.
And America at the time, and still now, had a lot of, not just play through it. The end goal of whatever it is that your team is doing is more important than your individual pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe that's some Canadian influence.
Here's hoping.
Well, especially because it's, hockey-centric, essentially. So I was like, this is the most Canadian episode I think that we've seen.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's called hockey. The rules of it...
Yeah, we'll get into that. The rules are...
Could best be described as hockey-adjacent Calvinball.
Sure, fair.
Yes.
So we start off, and I just want to take a second. This is a wider shot than we normally get of Doc's workshop.
Mm.
You can see, the windows at the top and at the sides. It's just, pulled back a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did it, but it's nice.
And poor Sprocket's got a bandage on his nose.
And he does. He apparently was running onto the icy steps to say hello to the new Basset Hound. And I love Doc here because, one, he's, gently chiding Sprocket for doing something unsafe, and then he's very determined to go chip the ice away to make sure that it's safe. Great instinct. And then he sees Miss Ardath and does the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We stan a simp.
And I know, someday we'll do a bonus episode on Muppet Family Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a careful of the icy patch moment.
Clearly, yes.
And then we cut to the Rocky Hockey Hannah show. No? Right, like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but it's the Rocky Hockey Hannah show.
Oh, that one took me a second. Okay, got it. Thank you for explaining the joke.
I guess Moki would be Janet, but who would be Brad? Wembley. Yeah, Wembley would be Brad. Anyways, we can move on. We don't have to ask who Frank is.
I'm not ready to let my brain go there.
That's fine. So yeah, who does Red get a letter from, Beth?
Rock Hockey Hannah, who we have not heard of before, but is apparently Red's favorite athlete.
Mm-hmm. And also, she's saying she's excited to visit Red, because she's heard that Red's the best rock hockey player there is. But she also says, hey, don't tell anybody, because whenever people find out that I'm coming through, they throw parades, and I don't want a parade.
Love that detail.
And the other detail I really like is Red is, super excited and losing her mind about this, and Moki comes through and is just totally oblivious.
Yeah.
Just la-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it makes me very happy.
Yeah, I love the little detail that... So Red realizes that she forgot to go to hockey practice in all her excitement.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get there, we see in the background, Lanford is there just watching practice in his little sweater again.
Yeah. Also, this establishing shot is so good. It starts on a doozer, it pans to follow the doozer, and then it pulls back and goes up and around that doozer onto the Fraggles practicing and then focuses in on them.
Yeah. And the teams are the Gobo Gorgbusters and the Rumple Roustabouts.
Yeah. And Gobo is playing the beleaguered sports coach quite well.
It makes sense. He's the sporty one and the leader. And this particular sport is an interesting combination. So we get the return of greaseberry leaves.
Mm-hmm. Love the callback.
Mm-hmm.
But this time they're being used for organized sport.
Yes.
This is a sport that also clearly has a net, like a goalie net. It's got a basketball net, and it's just got a target, a bullseye target.
Yeah.
All three of which get used.
Yep. I have never been able to figure out the rules of this game, but I think that's kind of the point.
I do believe that is the joke as far as I'm aware. And Red is so excited at the thought of Rock Hockey Hannah seeing her play rock hockey, that she sings a song.
Yes.
And here's the thing. The song is fine. It didn't really wow me in terms of what it was doing with the music. But what it's about is so real.
Say more on that.
I mean, I can't be the only one who's been excited about a thing that is coming up and imagined myself being awesome at it and then gone to it and been like, I was too busy imagining myself being awesome at this and I wasn't actually preparing and now I'm getting my butt kicked.
Oh, definitely. And this whole sequence, so Red is going into like a daydream sequence, and it could fit right into the end of Xanadu.
Oh, yeah. It's like she's wearing the flashiest hockey outfit ever. It's so 80s feeling of like the over-the-top outfit, the slow-mo and the transparent singing heads like being shown over her. I did write hockey is so gay, which we are living currently in a time where hockey is very gay. Thank you, Heated Rivalry.
Gay hockey show. Gay hockey show.
I still need to watch that. I've heard it's very good.
Yes.
It's very good. You will cry. But yeah, I loved the just the overall style of this number. And I agree also about the sentiment of you're so excited, you're building yourself up, and at the same time you are not actually putting in the work because you're too busy thinking about this fantasy of how great you are. Yeah, we've all been there.
I adore this song, but not this version of it. Without giving anything away, this is one time. Now, okay, we all know how much I admire and respect Karen Prell, and Red's daydream nightly looking hockey armor is absolutely perfect. But this is one time, and I think Karen Prell would agree with me, where Back to the Rock's version of this is unquestionably superior in every way.
That makes sense.
It was number one on my Spotify Wrapped for a couple of years in a row.
Dang. Wow, that's high praise.
Yeah.
So Red is so caught up in this daydream that she's not paying attention and she gets hurt. And there's a great bit because Boober runs over and he goes, I'm here with the first aid, although there's probably no hope for her. It's like, never change, Boober. Never change.
Yep. And then, of course, she immediately lifts her head, like, hi, everyone. And Boober gets to go, well, there may be some hope for her. And he's all excited about, oh, terrific, I'll get to apply hot poultices and cold compresses.
It's very sweet seeing him be excited about medical sciences.
Yeah.
So Gobo sends her home. She really wants to play, and Gobo's like, no, you gotta go home and rest. And she goes home, and we get to see Boober bandaging her up. And there's this great little bit where he goes, this splint will make your leg feel much better. Red says, I doubt it. Boober says, why? And she says, because it's the other leg that hurts. Which is like, Red, did you just wait quietly while he did the wrong leg just so you could do this bit?
Right. And he's masked.
Although they do the same thing again where he tries to talk and she's like, what? And he goes, oh, okay, fine. And he takes the mask off.
Right.
But so she wants to go play. And so she distracts Boober. And then she stands up, and I've talked before about how I really like how this show respects the viewer. There's a lot of respect for the viewer. A weaker show would have had this be like a suspense moment of, is it? And then she stands up and it hurts, and we're like, bah, 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 and she's like, no, I'm going to fight through, and then the music gets hopeful. And this one, we just get to see her stand up, and it clearly hurts.
Yeah, just immediately.
There's not a big dramatic reel. She just goes, ow, 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 ow. It feels very genuine, and I think that makes it land better.
Yeah.
But Boober decides he's going to help her feel better with Gobo's postcard from Traveling Matt.
Yes.
Yeah, Red's favorite. Where Matt's in a museum, a very dark museum, which maybe it's just closed, but there is just a mummy out in the open, not in a glass case, it didn't look like. Which obviously, the tying theme between Matt and Doc in the main Fraggle plotline is just bandages at this point. He sees the mummy bandage it up, and he does doesn't he make a theory that it maybe it got hurt playing rock hockey to tie it all together?
Yeah. He says it was obviously a hospital for silly creatures.
Yes.
Judging from all the bandages, I could only guess that this silly creature had been playing rock hockey.
And then he slips down some stairs. Also, he signs off with your uncle, old traveling Matt.
Yeah.
Which we've never seen before.
Exactly. Like, why is he old this one time?
Maybe because he fell down the stairs and he's hurting, like, even
Fair.
more, because when you get older, you heal slower and you really feel your age. That was my only theory.
Good point.
I also just really appreciated that he doesn't just fall down the stairs. He rolls. He, like, full somersaults down the stairs.
Yeah.
And I just want to know how many takes that took.
Yeah.
Always love it when they yeet a puppet.
Yeah, to get a puppet to make a perfect roll rather than just a flop.
Mm-hmm.
So, Red is... Oh, right, sorry. We cut back to Druck and Sprocket.
Well,
and honestly...
right after the postcard, so Red tries to get out of her hammock. Boober pulls her back, and he pulls her too far and accidentally slingshots her out of the window, down onto the hockey rink, and rolled into the goal net. More yeeting. Which
is also a callback to the fact that this hammock can be used as a slingshot, except now it's pointing the other direction, so instead of landing in water, she lands on rock.
Ow.
Which is possible to survive. The smaller an animal is, the more likely it is to survive an impact, because they have less mass. Fun fact, an ant will survive no matter how far it falls.
Dang.
Cats also can survive pretty much, like, there are videos of cats, like, getting, like, poked off of, like, skyscrapers and then landing on the thing and running off.
And, like, turning around in midair so that they land on their feet.
Mm-hmm. They have a really cool combination of low body mass and also incredibly shock-absorbent legs.
Yeah.
9 lives. Anyways, but then we get the Doc and Sprocket section, and it's really sweet. I don't know if we've ever seen them cuddle before, except for that one time when they were sitting on the porch.
Mm-hmm.
But Doc is sitting there with a cast, and Sprocket's got his bandage, and Sprocket's just, like, cuddling on him, and Doc's like, man, aren't we silly here? I did the same thing you did, and, it's almost dinner time, and I can't reach your thing of dog food, and you couldn't eat it anyways.
Yeah.
Aww.
Which,
just sort of
like, can he not even have soft food? I mean, his muzzle is currently bandaged shut, but I wonder if that's just for effect. I don't know. If he can't eat anything, that seems like pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, they solve it at the end. He said, Doc says at the end, spoilers, listener. I know you're horribly trying to avoid spoilers for this episode that came out in the 80s that you're now listening to a recap and discussion about. But Doc does say he's going to make some soup.
Oh, that's right.
He gets some straw, yeah. Well, he says he can't eat dog food through a straw, so then he makes some soup instead.
That's
Which,
fair.
like, skill issue. I tried it, you totally can. Wet food, dry food, doesn't matter. You just gotta be really willing to go for it. I didn't. Listener, I figure you figure that out with context, Liz, but I did not.
Good, I'm glad. And Boober's been singing to Red to try to help her sleep.
But Red is just determined to practice. So she makes a fake Red.
Mm-hmm.
She puts it in the bed. And then Boober comes through. And again, it's just this subtle little puppetry thing. But she has this great, sick, like her body language is different.
Yeah.
Because she's sick and disoriented. And she does this kind of sick, disoriented kind of waddle stagger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, that is some top tier puppetry.
Yeah. So yeah, she makes this dummy that she sticks into her hammock and sneaks out. And Boober comes to check her pulse and can't find a pulse on the dummy.
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks she's fallen into a coma. Which is very sweet and sad. He's so worried about her.
Yeah. I mean, fortunately, he realizes that it was a fake pretty quickly.
Well, because Moki catches Red sneaking out and brings her back in. And Boober does the thing where it's like, not now, I've got to, figure out what's wrong with Red. And then Red's like, hi, Boober. And he's like, oh, wait, okay. But yes, it is very quick.
Hold on, I want to, because there's several different beats to this, and the comedy breakdown of it is great.
Yeah.
Because Moki comes back in with Red and is like, look who I caught trying to sneak out. And Boober's like, no, there's no time for this. Red's in a coma. Moki, Red's in a coma. Red is in a coma. And Red goes, hi. And Boober goes, hi. And then he does his double take.
Yes.
And then he goes, I have been bamboozled. And starts losing his mind. And Moki's like, Boober, why don't you take a walk? And he goes, do not tell me what to do. And then pauses and goes, I think I'll take a walk.
Very, very good.
Whole thing takes 15, 20 seconds tops. Just peak comedy. Love this show.
So when Red says that she simply must play tomorrow, Moki tells her, that is nonsense. It's just a game. And I'm like, come on, Moki. You should know her better than this by now. You need to first, validate her feelings, and then second, do not leave to sleep at Lou's in order to give Red a nice quiet time here when you just caught her sneaking out.
Yeah.
She needs a combination watchdog/therapist.
Or just, like, put a rock on her chest. That'll do it. I did love that we get to hear about Lou.
Yeah.
And then we get the second song of the episode. And I wanted more? I've talked on this show before about how I feel like they have a couple of songs that they sort of keep falling back onto in terms of just, like, song trope and structure. There's the sort of, like, we're all Fraggles and we're being silly, doo-doo-boo-doo-boo-boo. Mm-hmm. And then there's the, this song is soft and sad and kind of pensive, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
And this does feel like the first time in the season that we got that, and it felt really jarring. And it took me a while to realize it's a tonal shift. Red's not feeling just sad right now, and she's not feeling quiet, soft, pretty sad. She's feeling sad and angry and frustrated.
Well, so the song is called Lonely as Can Be. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh, loneliness was not the emotion I would have expected Red to sing about here. But the line, show me something better than just lying here with me, meaning Red is feeling uncomfortable being by herself. And it makes sense. Like, we rarely see Red spending any alone time. She's very extroverted and always hanging around with other Fraggles. And yeah, even if she was set up with, like, all of the fun things to do, and even if every single Fraggle insisted that she not play, like, she's still stuck with just her own company. And that can be rough if you're not used to it.
It's true, because I feel like all the other Fraggles, like, obviously Boober is in his own happy world when he's doing laundry by himself. Moki likes to go off and read and write poetry. Even, like, Gobo has the sense of, like, I could see him enjoying, like, going and exploring on his own occasionally. She really is, like, the one character, when you think of her, she is competing with someone or doing some friendly smack talking or, you know, playing a game, doing all of these things with her friends, but we don't often think of her being alone.
She does tend to view her own self-image as, like, through the lens of comparison.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of those episodes with her.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it harkens back all the way to the one where she decided she just wanted to be Moki.
Mm-hmm. That's an early episode, too, yeah.
Yeah, sing about Lick a Dirty Wizard or whatever.
And even in Marooned, noting how, like, Boober, have you ever noticed that you and I have nothing in common?
Yeah.
Yeah, always comparing herself to someone.
I agree that there is an emotional beat to be found in her realizing she is alone and not knowing what to do with that. I just don't think the tone of the song did it justice.
That's fair. This is one of the ones that I forget it exists until we get there. Yeah.
And I know I say this every time, but I just want to be clear, like, when I'm offering criticism here, it's because I know this show has the capacity to do just absolutely knock this kind of thing out of the park, because they have very consistently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted an angry song. I wanted a frustrated song. And, like, having a song that starts off intense and maybe, like, she, like, breaks the doll or whatever and gets really frustrated and then, like, resolves to sort of quiet, sad, miserable.
I could see that, yeah. I do. Oh, man. So the dream sequence that we get next.
Oh, yeah.
That's intense. So she's dreaming that Rock Hockey Hannah is showed up looking for Red, and Red admits that she can't play. And Rock Hockey Hannah says, "What? You've got to. I came all this way just to see you." And Red, who is now looking through bars like a jail cell, says, "I can't help it. I can't play." "Why not?" "Because I hurt too much." And Rock Hockey Hannah laughs and says, "This is a quitter's reason. You are a quitter." I said, "God," and wrote, "An incomplete list of things I have quit." And it's a long list. And oh boy, quitting is great, y'all. It means you're trying something new and figuring out what does and doesn't work for you. And one of the hardest things I've had to learn in life is that sometimes you quit and then regret it and wish you'd stuck with it. And the hard part is figuring out when to quit and when to stick it out. Because it's really hard to know in the moment. Like, if I quit now, is this going to be something I regret later? Or is this a, nah, cut your losses and get out kind of thing? But in the dream sequence, Red says, I'm not a quitter. Rakakiana says, you play till it hurts. And when it hurts real bad, you gotta play real good. And then everyone else starts chanting this. When it hurts real bad, you gotta play real good.
And that, I would normally be a little bit, averse to being so direct, almost heavy-handed with the message. But that's what the culture's like.
Yes.
Like, I am a millennial, and I can guarantee you that every male millennial who ever played a sport when they were a kid had some older Gen X or boomer man be like, you gotta play through the pain, or some variant of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even extending outside of sports, it's also like capitalism and the way that we're expected to run ourselves ragged. And it's like, oh, if you're tired, you're doing it right. This has been a lot of my personal year where I'm like, I am very run ragged and I'm doing so much. And I'm honestly in a position where I'm like, I probably do need to quit a couple of things. But at the same time, the world validates like the amount that I've got on my plate. It makes it hard to be like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't, because this seems to be like I'm doing the right thing. So I also think it extends just like to normal day life and to jobs and trying to juggle far too much and like leading to burnout, basically.
Yeah.
So that was my read on the episode, but that's also my own personal thing I'm dealing with right now. Easy to put on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you as an adult have watched this incredibly well-written show and found ways to relate to it with your own life?
Surprise, we're on season 3 now, and that's just occurring to me like, oh, yeah, this is my life, apparently, yeah.
But yeah, the whole grind culture, hustle culture, like, I get that you have to work hard to survive this capitalist hellscape, and also that's kind of the point, is that if you're so run ragged, then you don't have the energy to look around and go, hang on a minute, maybe life could be structured a little differently so that running yourself ragged isn't required.
Yeah.
Which, man, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
So, she decides to take this to heart. And is like, yeah, when it hurts real bad, you gotta play real good. So she sneaks out, and we get to see the big game. And I also really like, we start off, again, with our opening shot of this, like our establishing shot of this game, on a couple of doozers.
Oh, yeah.
And they're drinking little cups of the hot stuff. And one of them's like, oh, that's smooth. And just like, oh, man, I want to be a doozer drinking a smooth cup of the hot stuff. Sounds like good living.
And we meet Feeny Fraggle, played by Jerry Nelson.
Doesn't seem to be the brightest.
Yep. And Red is happy to take advantage of that and be like, aha.
Yep.
I can sneak in here and disguise myself as the goalie.
Because they have face masks.
Yep.
So she can sneak in. And then we also get to see Rock Hockey Hannah, who does look exactly like she looked in the dream, which was nice to see. Was anybody else also getting, like, old butch lesbian, like, construction worker vibes off of Rock Hockey Hannah? Because I wasn't. It made me just very happy. It warmed my heart.
Oh, yeah. She had a tiny little hat on, too, which was, I don't know, like, it was like an old lady hat.
Yep.
It was just interesting. Her build was very reminiscent of, or reminded me a lot of Large Marvin also, but very different face.
I had to look it up. I was like, is this the same puppet?
I had that thought,
in a wig and a hat?
But I was like, the face is too different. Like the mouth isn't like pointed down enough. But yeah, similar body build. But yeah, she's excited to be there to see the game, and immediately everyone freaks out about her, and they're like, "Oh, we would have thrown you a parade," and she's like, "No, I don't want that." But like also immediately she offers to do like the scorekeeping,
the announcing kind of a vibe.
Yeah. She's like, I'll keep score for you, just no parades. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh yeah, I would not like to be this famous. That sounds unpleasant. That wherever you go, you are instantly recognizable, and then people want to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, that's been in the conversation, I feel like, in the last few years with just, like, people getting vaulted to fame, especially these days, so fast, and how, then folks are just expected to handle it very well. And, that's probably a pretty jarring thing to deal with, to suddenly just have everybody know you and want to get excited about you. And some people probably don't want those parades.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that there's some Fraggle that's playing an instrument that sounds and looks like a pipe organ of some kind, so we get a little bit of that baseball feel too.
Yeah, that was nice. And Lanford is the one who says play ball.
Oh, yeah.
We also meet, like, a bunch of Fraggles that are playing on the teams, right? One of whom is named Choo Choo.
Yep.
And Choo Choo has a really long tongue and teeth, and I don't know how I feel about Choo Choo.
Yeah, Fraggle teeth.
Choo Choo just wants to be your friend.
It's not just convincing John with teeth. We've seen Boober pack a toothbrush before, and now we see Choo Choo with his big old teeth.
The teeth on Fraggles is just so... It's so infrequent that when it happens, and I think especially just because of the tongue as well, I was like, I'm already dealing with brain fog from being sick. I don't know what I'm looking at right now.
It is very jarring.
Yeah.
But yeah, we meet a bunch of Fraggles all at once. So for the Rumple Roustabouts, we've got Noble Fraggle playing quarterback, Choo Choo at first base, Harmer and Dimpley as the forwards, and Geddes is the goalie. And for the Gorgbusters, Tosh is quarterback, Lou and Morris the forwards, and Feeny Fraggle is goalie. And just, I love the inconsistency in positions and what sports they're drawing these positions from. It's also worth touching back on Dimpley and Noble, because we've seen these guys before, sort of.
Oh, the Wembley and the Great Race. I'm looking on Muppet Wiki right now because I was like, have we seen any of these characters before? Because Choo Choo was the only one in the moment I tracked. But yeah, we saw them in the race episode.
Yeah. Well, sort of. So they look completely different.
Oh, okay.
It's just the names that are the same.
Oh, yeah, because who's this? This is Dimpley was purple in Wembley and the Great Race, and here he's, or they're orange or yellow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. Okay.
Yep. Nice little wormhole there.
Like we've seen that before, though, where like a name has been repeated, but the build or the look is different.
As far as I know, it's just these two.
Okay.
But it could very likely happen again.
It's possible that this conversation happened when these two were in that episode, and you mentioned we'd see them again, but they would be different, and that's what I'm remembering.
Yeah. And poor Wembley, he's got two pillows balanced on his head and goes, I hate this part, and then let the game begin. And then of course the players knock the pillows off of his head with their paddles. This game is bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
So the game has a lot of good silly little gags, but the thing I want to point out that makes it, like, I really appreciate that they dwell on this a little bit without Corey, like, directly telling us, Red's worse at the game because she's playing while she's injured. She's not better.
Yeah. She's
not able to play through it. She's actively worse and is a detriment to her team.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also wondering, is she the goalie normally? Is that her normal role?
I don't think so.
So I also had the thought of, like, she might also be playing some part of the team that she doesn't also normally do, and that could be out of her field of expertise. But obviously also being hurt is a great disadvantage of not surfacing her at all.
Yeah.
There's just a lot working against her.
I do appreciate the moment where Wembley says, excuse me, Feeny, but if it's okay with you, I have to call a penalty on you. And then, everybody penalty on Feeny Fraggle for unnecessary seriousness. And then everyone gathers around and goes, naughty, 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 naughty. Like, that is the penalty.
Which, Fraggle Society engages in communal shaming, but only briefly.
It did make me think a little bit of the Game of Thrones episode, the Shame episode, but also much more G-rated.
Yep.
And less nudity.
I had just seen the Matilda musical for the umpteenth time, so I was stuck in my head. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
That is one of my favorite songs from that musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Red hurts her other leg.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So she ends up missing another goal and goes sliding around, dizzy, knocking over Choo-Choo, who now has a gap in his teeth, and that's where his tongue goes spilling out of his mouth. And Red finally has enough.
Yeah. Which I like that it's her choosing this.
Yeah.
It's not just that she collapses. She's like, no, I can't do it anymore. It hurts.
Yes.
I hurt.
That is very important.
Mm-hmm.
She admits, I'm not Feeny, I'm Red Fraggle, and I failed, and I can't help it. No matter how much you want me to be great, I can't be, because I hurt all over my body, and I want to stop. It's like, oh, I wish she didn't have to put herself in so much pain to get there, but she got there.
Mm-hmm.
And to her great surprise, when she says that she's quitting, Rock Hockey Hannah says, well, good for you.
Yeah.
And so Red, like, repeats that phrase from her dream. She says, you don't mind that I'm a quitter? I mean, when you hurt real bad, you got to play real good, right? And Rock Hockey Hannah says, hey, Red, you look too smart for this. I mean, it's just a game, right? Now, when you hurt real bad, you got to quit real fast.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, we've never heard that in children's media.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Like, that is a motto I can get behind.
And then don't they decide to, like, just make the whole game a draw and, like, just call it quits? You know, it is a nice thing to see, like, putting, I don't know, the well-being of a player and a friend first above the concept of winning, you know?
Yeah.
And I do like that Gobo from the very beginning was insisting on that. He wasn't being the jerk coach who was telling her to, like, push through it.
Yeah, that's
but
a
of
really
course,
good
since
point.
it's Gobo, you know, she's not gonna listen to him. But I
Right.
appreciate that he was being a good leader.
Yeah, that's because I feel like maybe even like earlier on we would have seen Gobo kind of giving her a harder time. Like,
Right.
even if he wasn't encouraging her to go, he'd be, I don't know, maybe being a bit meaner about it. And this one, he is like, you need to go lie down, get out of here. But because of their established relationship, we understand why Red, like, doesn't want to do that, and also because of who Red is.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Doc finally realizing the same thing. He says, injury or no injury, I've got a job to do at the Captain's Inn, and I'm going to do it. He opens the door and immediately gets blown back by the storm and his hat knocked off, and closes the door and says, next week, when I'm healed.
Mm-hmm.
Like the old saying, Sprocket, discretion is the better part of valor. Like, yeah, no, this, good for you, Doc. Like, I'll attend a Zoom meeting with a hurt ankle, but no way I'm braving a snowstorm for one. Absolutely not.
And then he says, Sprocket, you're never going to be able to drink dog food through a straw. Let me make you some soup. Which, again, good job, Doc.
Yeah.
Look at you, trying to find a way to feed your dog.
Pocket's so happy when he hears that he's going to get some soup.
Yeah. Beth, do you have anything on the international versions?
Not on the international versions, but there's a note in Muppet Wiki that says, in a Muppet Central interview, Karen Prell revealed that the week this episode was shot, an episode featuring Wembley was scheduled for production instead, but Steve Whitmire had broken a bone in his hand.
Huh.
Jerry Jewell asked Prell if she had any ideas for a storyline, hence this episode. And I like that Jerry Jewell is able to just bang out an episode this good in less than a week.
Of course he's Jerry Jewell. Of course he can.
Yep.
Yeah, that ruled. Shall we talk about how to make the world a little fragglier?
Yeah.
I personally today am pretty sick, and I had plenty of things that I had planned to do today. And obviously, I showed up for this record as coherently as possible. But I'm also, like, trying to take it pretty easy. And I think that's just an important thing to remind ourselves, that it's okay to take a day off and focus on your health and just watch some Hank Green videos on YouTube and do your Duolingo and do nothing else. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yes.
Pet some dogs, take a nap.
Make sure, if you have teeth, get more teeth and display them and make your tongue longer and just in general be unsettling.
Get more teeth and display them. And
Wow.
make your tongue longer. What a nightmare sentence that was. All right.
I mean,
Hey, I didn't judge your thing, Julia. Come on.
Okay, yes, they're so similar.
But yeah, no, seriously, like, I slept horribly last night, and so I canceled my morning plans and just, like, hung out and played Hades and drank water.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's Hades 2, sorry.
Hydrate.
Sports should be incomprehensible.
They are for me.
And low stakes. Fun and incomprehensible and low stakes.
Yeah.
All sports are incomprehensible if you don't put in the energy to understand them.
Exactly.
Speaking from personal experience.
All I know about hockey, I learned from the Gay Hockey Show.
And there's not a lot of explanations about how hockey works in that show.
Nope.
My partner is a huge hockey fan, and he enjoyed the show as a whole, but he was like, I'm bummed they don't explain hockey a bit more in this show. And I was like, that's not why people are watching this show.
They don't need to.
100% not.
All right, y'all want to plug your pluggables?
You can find me on social media at Beth Anna Cook. That's Anna with 2 N's. And occasionally writing stuff for Tough Pigs. And I've got a couple of short stories in some anthologies over at littlekeypress.com.
You can find me at Geek Girl Grown Up, also occasionally on Tough Pigs, juliagaskell.com. I'll say that I'm, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, I just got published in the Pile Press issue 12, which is going to be coming out in the next couple months, and also the Bigfoot Poetry Festival is coming back in June. I don't know when this episode drops, but presumably before then. So June 25th to 27th, if you want 3 days of predominantly like just free poetry events, check that out in the heart of downtown Portland.
Heck yeah.
I actually have a thing to plug. I'm going to be on an upcoming episode of Moving Right Along.
Yay!
We're going to be discussing the 2 minutes that made me cry from Muppets from Space.
Heck yeah.
I'm excited.
And I'm really excited about it. We've not recorded it yet. We're going to be recording it in a few days. And I'm just really excited.
Yay!
Is this your first other Tough Pigs podcast that you've been on?
Correct. This is my first guest star on any podcast ever, actually.
Ooh.
Oh!
That's awesome.
Yay! All right. Glad we have all of that to look forward to. In the meantime, reminder to check out toughpigs.com. Give us a good review on your podcatcher of choice, and we will see you next time.
Don't forget to dance your cares away, unless your legs, ankles, feet, knees, hips are hurting, in which case maybe rest your cares away instead.
Down at Fraggle Talk. Oh, no.
Fraggle Talk Classic is brought to you by toughpigs.com. Fraggle Talk art by Dave Hulteen Jr. The Fraggle Rock mark and logo, characters, and elements are trademarks of the Jim Henson Company. All rights reserved. Fraggle Rock theme song, written by Philip Balsam and Dennis Lee, is used with permission. Special thanks to the Jim Henson Company and the entire Fraggle Rock family. For more from Tough Pigs, follow us on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Facebook, and make sure to check out our Discord server, TeePublic merch store, and Patreon. Fraggle Talk Classic is produced and edited by me, Beth Cook. Thank you to Joe Hennis, the Tough Pigs Muppet Van Podcast executive producer. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time, down at Fraggle Talk.
All right.
Hey, I didn't judge your thing, Julia. Come on.
Okay, yes, they're so similar.
I know some friends out there getting some more teeth and doing weird art things with them, like bone jewelry and whatnot.
I do have some puppy teeth that has fallen out of some dogs' heads over the years that I kept.
Aww.
So I guess there's that. So I guess I cannot judge.
That is the best place for a puppy tooth to fall out of a puppy, to be fair.
I don't want to think about the alternative.
Did I just get a little spit take? Did you?
A little bit.
Podcast first.